Welcome back to another episode of Who Am I to Judge podcast. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Samantha. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Let me just say this. Me and Samantha 3 weeks ago sat down and made a pact that we were going to record every Monday at 7 and put these things out on Wednesday and put it all on the socials. And we have stuck to it, and I'm so proud of ourselves because it looked like we weren't going to today, and by the grace of God it's 7:08 and we are recording. And
I know Riverside was acting up, so
yes,
but it came through and we were like, let's do this. We are sticking to it.
We're sticking to it.
Our schedules are full,
Yes.
we are adult grown women.
Tell me how you've been. How's your day?
Even though we already just talked about this, but my day was good. I just slept a lot. I had my day off.
Yeah.
Gave Jupiter a bath. Just been trying to clean up and, in reflection about life. I took Jupiter to the dog park as well. And so, yeah, just been trying to catch up on home stuff.
Okay. I like that for you. Back to the 9 to 5 of
so the grind.
You're the grind. So yeah, I woke up, filled out some applications, messaged some people for chats to set those up. Sent out Zoom links. I had a chat today on Zoom, which was really good. And then, walk the dogs. Julia was gone for most of the day, for half of the day, I would say. I also worked out this morning because I can't. I'm not going to be here on Friday, so I had to do it on my Friday, one on my Monday.
Yes, because you're coming home.
Yes, I'm coming home this weekend, and yeah, I mean, it's just been. Oh my God! But you would have been laughing at me. I was thinking about you in the gym class. Because now I've gone regularly for a year, so the instructors know my name, they know my face, and so the one that goes, I usually go to her Friday class. Her name it's a Black girl named Michelle, who's the instructor, but she also teaches the Monday class, so I saw her today. And so it's just so funny because she's the type of it's I have two instructors, Michelle and Laura. Laura is the one who I have most of the week, and she's like, "Come on, Lexi." She calls me Lexi, she's always just you can do it, and that's how she coaches.
Yes.
But Michelle be like, don't stop, and so it's just funny because there's a certain point where I just don't give a fuck. Today we had done the workout, everybody was exhausted, then she was like, we're gonna do a plank, it's Planksgiving, that's what she said, we're gonna do a plank challenge. I'm like, bitch, I'm not doing that shit. And so we had to sit in planks, and basically it was a long line of us doing planks, and everyone had to get up, run a lap around the room, and then come back to your spot, and then the next person does it, and it has to go through the whole line. And you had to be in a plank the whole time. And so I made it to the last 3 people, and I just put my fucking legs down. I was like, I cannot do this. And she's like, Alexis, pick your legs up, pick them up, don't put them down. I'm like, I literally I was like, I don't give a fuck. I sat there, I put my legs down for the last 3. I was like, I don't care. I just while she was screaming, I was just sitting there not even looking at her. And she was like, pick them up, and I was just like,
yeah, that is not for me.
I know. I was like, Samantha will be laughing at me because I'm literally not giving her any time of day. I was just like,
I would have been doing that after the first 2. Those planks are hard, especially with your knees up.
I know.
I would have been taking a modification.
It was so funny though. She was like, pick them up. I'm not looking at her.
It's just hilarious that it took you that long to get to that point. But at some point you had to get there,
right? And so it was just so funny, but it was a good day, I guess. I'm happy to be talking to you. I was laughing on TikTok because Dominique had a video up about one time when she got in a fist fight, and I was cracking up. But we'll talk about that later. Lot to get into today, y'all. Yes. So let's get to it. I'll ask you first because you have some good ideas. Who's on trial to begin with?
Yes. So we had a couple things we wanted to talk about. The girlies are on tour. So
oh my gosh, yes.
So Brandy and Monica started their American tour, right? It's only in America.
It's only in America.
And yeah, so like I was sending Alexis clips like from the first day, and they look really good. And like,
I
of
mean, they
course,
looked great.
Kelly's on the
Money
tour.
Long.
Oh, I didn't even see Money Long.
She's before Kelly. It's like a long ass night. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it was good to see them out. There was something has happened at, I think, the Chicago's leg.
Oh
or
yeah, she was
something.
dehydrated. Yeah.
Yes,
Brandy.
and it's like she walked off and like didn't finish the boy's mind, and so there was definitely like some people were just like,
I know.
was it a sound thing that she just like
I
got
will say
frustrated?
this.
But they're touring like every night. Like it's like,
I know. I was looking at their schedule. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm not going to the tour, but I'm so excited for Brandy and Monica. I will say this: like, the budget is budgeting. Like, I was seeing, like, looking at the clips, like after the first night, and I was like the visuals are so beautiful. The lighting, like, there's this one lighting where it looks like a sunset behind Brandy, and she's singing "Have You Ever?" Oh no, she's singing not "Have You Ever?" She's singing Almost Doesn't Count. And I was just like, this is beautiful. Like, I was like, you can definitely tell like they put a lot into the production, and then the outfits are like really well done. Like they look phenomenal. Like literally Dominique was like, this is a 43-year-old woman with Monica. And she was like, this is a 46-year-old woman with Brandy. I'm like, they look amazing. And then also they were dancing. I was like, this is worth, like, to me, this is like a full package of a tour. Like, like I am curious to see how it shakes out, because I was looking at the schedule too, and it's like they're growing like 4 days on, they have like 2 days off, 4 days on, 2 days off, and I'm like, that's a lot for damn near 50-year-olds. Anybody, but also people who are out of practice.
Yeah, I mean, anybody, that's a lot to like be on stage, all that energy to get ready, like it's a lot. And so,
and they're singing all the good songs. Like I was like,
they're doing it.
I'm really happy for them, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like them two specifically, like they just, I feel like people respect them, but they haven't gotten their full, like, full flowers, like full lap that they can do. And I feel like this is the time where they're getting like celebrated every night.
I know. And I'm just, and I'm happy that they are like friends, like like they have come full circle. And
you saw people were mad that like the dress code is like suits, like people, like they want people to wear suits to this.
Oh, what? I didn't hear
well, you know how like all the different tours have different themes, like Renaissance was like we're all wearing fucking silver, or in like Cowboy Carter you're gonna wear the fucking cowboy hat. Like Brandy and Monica like asked that they wear suits, and everybody's like, bitch, I'm not fucking wearing a suit, like, and I'm like cracking up, like they want business like attire. And that's why they're wearing it. Like Brandy was wearing like a cool ass looking suit.
I mean, I like it for them, but I just want to come and watch.
But I'm like, what does that have to do with y'all's music? Like, like that's
like, I don't know.
You're reaching.
It says women in suits represent strength, power, and unity.
Kiss my ass.
I do see it. It was like, if these images are inspiring to you, please be sure to dress accordingly during the Boy Is Fine tour. That is so funny.
It's funny because it's just like, I know I would be like, I'm not fucking wearing this suit.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Like, I want to move.
And also, you have to let the fans. I mean, I do know, like, I'm pretty sure Beyonce said something about that, but I do feel like it was a more fan led. It's like, we're about to go all out, so right? Just let us wear whatever we want to wear.
That's a good point. Like usually themes for a concert are established by the fandom and like how they interpreted your music, not by the artist saying show up in sweats. Like it's
Let's
kind of
not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not make that a trend. Well, that's why you'll be disappointed, because I will not be doing the most.
Girl,
we have so many times in our lives to like have to figure out what to wear.
Have to put on a fucking blazer. I'm not putting on a fucking blazer. Are you kidding me?
And I also love when the suit, like when the women's suit look is just done for everybody on that like perfect night, when it's just like your night to, just like put that shit on, and it's just like, that's not all. It's not all or night.
But I'm like, what does that have to do with the music? Like, that's what I think. Usually the outfits are like how people interpret the music. It's
right.
like,
You are wearing a suit and Boy Is
to
Mine.
Full Moon and Boy Is Mine and fucking
right. Let's actually be like
right, like the way I want it. Wearing a suit. Like the fuck?
They should have them be like Y2K if anything.
Right, that's what they say. Y2K 90s, like that should have been the like dress code, especially because like they gave us iconic fashions and hair and like.
And I would love to see that makeup again, like on Monica and Brandy.
I feel like, I don't know, like Brandy to me, like I love Brandy, but I feel like she strikes me. I just remember how she was behaving at the verses and was like don't cuss and stuff. And I'm just like, I wonder if this was her idea, where she's just like, you know, we're like ladies now, and we're gonna. It's just like, girl,
I didn't hear. I don't really know how like what.
I mean, I just remember at the verses she was acting like don't cuss, and it was like, okay.
That child media training, you know,
right? PTSD, like, girl, stop.
It's okay. We're adults now.
But I do.
I am happy for them. I was like scared when Brandy walked off. I was just like, is this like you're just frustrated because like your sound isn't working, and it's just like we cannot do that. Like, I mean, obviously we're like health wise, it's different.
And I just feel like these are the kinks of the tour. Luckily, it's early on. Like I'm hoping that in 2 weeks it's a well-oiled machine. There's no fucking sound issues. They both have the stamina to do the whole show. But I expected that with women who this is their first time going on this serious of a tour. Can we also just talk about like? So for y'all who don't know, so they're going on the Boy Is Mine tour, and the openers are Kelly Rowland and Money Long. Mind you, Kelly Rowland goes on at 8. I'm like, that must be a long ass show. But
I did see they go on late.
But there's I know in the beginning a lot of talk about Kelly Rowland being an opener, just in general, but then also being an opener for Brandy and Monica. And it was interesting to see like what Kelly did, because she like, I would just love to talk to Kelly because she like did some of her songs, obviously, but then she also did a lot of Destiny's Child. Like she did Cater to You, she did Girl, she did Soldier. I think she did one other one. But I would love, like, what are your thoughts on Kelly being an opener, and like also just like how part of her act like usually in the US will encompass Destiny's Child versus, I don't know, I just feel like Beyonce, if she were to do a set, it wouldn't be 50% Destiny's Child. It would be like 15% Destiny's Child, you know, and the rest would be Beyonce. It's interesting to me how like I feel like Kelly is kind of like a legacy act in that way, where it's like in the US she has to kind of give us more Destiny than like her singles.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Like the last point you made, like in the US, you know, her set list might be different. I mean, I know they're trying to not like make it be like, you know, like she's an opener. It's just like this is like Monica and Brandy, like, and Kelly Rowland kind of thing.
It's called The Boy Is Mine. Like, what does Kelly have to do with that?
I think that I feel like, I don't know, like I'm buying into that, like, you know, logic of just like this kind of makes sense, like for her to be on this tour, because, you know, Kelly hasn't dropped like a project in a while, I feel like. So I feel like it's just like, okay, this makes sense to get like the same kind of audiences that would appreciate Kelly Rowland, that would appreciate Monica and Brandy. Like, I think it was a good way for Kelly to go on tour and not be on the like the festival circuit, even though she might do that too. But
yeah,
you know, like I feel like this makes sense. And I'm fine with her singing Destiny's Child songs. Like, I do appreciate hearing them and hearing like her singing them and then hearing her do her songs. My complaint is more with just like the costuming. Like I can't lie.
Oh, because of the formation hat?
Yes. And like the gaucho.
I know. I literally said that to Julie. I was like, why is she dressed like Cowboy Carter? I feel like she was wearing chops.
Yeah, she was wearing those. And I'm just like, why, boo? Like, let's do something completely different. Like, even if you want to reference like an old, like if you're inspired by those looks, it's just like, let's go back to, I don't know, Sasha Fierce, or but not Cowboy Carter. Like, we literally just went to that concert. That hat is dubbed, like, we think of Formation when we see that hat, and it's just like, I just want her to have her own lane and style, and like bring us something new so that we can like appreciate it. And I don't know, I just feel like she could wear so many different things. Like, I would love to see Kelly in like a long satin dress, like just like beautiful.
She can't dance in that.
I know, but maybe she can do a couple songs in that, and then like come back and like do other stuff. Like, I don't know, I just want her to take her moment and do something different, and just her. I don't know, but that was just my thought when I saw that. I was just like, come on, Kelly. Like, we immediately think about Beyonce.
No, I mean, the minute I saw the hat, I was like, this is inspired by B. Like, you can't tell me this is an original. Like, this is inspired by B. I have no problem with her doing Destiny's Child either, because I do think at the end of the day, that's what she has to do in this market. Like, you know, the US doesn't really eat up her singles, unfortunately, in her music. And so she does have to rely on Destiny's Child. But I wonder what that, like, I would just love to talk to her, because I just wonder if that at all, like, not triggers, but makes her feel sad. And like, and also that like, this isn't her tour. Like, she is not headlining this tour. Like, I wonder if that makes her feel sad. Like, knowing that, like, I feel like Michelle's kind of like stopped doing music, but I feel like Kelly has tried to still like hit the pavement, you know? And I just feel like it hasn't been so successful. And I wonder why, because she can dance, she can sing. Is it really just because she's a dark-skinned woman, or is it really just because she was constantly in the shadow of Beyonce, unfortunately? Like, people were always going to compare her to Beyonce. I wonder why she hasn't hit like that here. Like, of course, she has a couple hits, right? She has Motivation.
I mean, I'm just looking at her catalog, and I'm like, I don't see that much stuff. Like, I see there was an EP in 2021, and before that, it's like 2011. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if she...
2011. Yeah, you're right, 2011.
You know, so I'm just like, I think she might be at peace with like the work that she's put into the world, and like it is so successful regardless. Like, she was in, you know, one of the best pop groups in our time, and so it's just like, I think she might be at peace with that, and is just like okay with, like, I think some people, like, remember how this just made me think about, like, with basketball, how I would be telling Darian when we were little, like, don't pass me the ball. Because I'm just like, I don't want the pressure of like this basketball game on me. But so it's just like, but I want to be on the team. Like, I still want to come on the bus, like, whatever. And so I'm like, Kelly might not want the pressure of, but she still gets to do stuff like this, like going on tour and singing and being beloved and people singing back at her. And like, that might be enough for her, because the other part comes with so much. It comes with a lot. Being a single act artist, or like like one person, like that's a lot of pressure. So she dedicated a lot of her life to it at one point.
That's a good point. But yes, I'm going to send, you know, good vibes to the Boys Mime tour. I hope they continue to do good. The merch looks so cute. Like,
I need to look. I don't see this stuff.
That's all my TikTok, but it's also because I was like looking for it. But the merch looks really, really good. And so
I never think about like merch.
They're gonna make a lot of money. They're gonna make a lot of money on this tour, and so I'm really like.
I really am hopeful. Like, I want it to be good. Monica looks beautiful.
She looks so good.
Monica seems like she's just found her peace. Yes, and is just tapped into that. So I think that is what will ground things, and I hope that Brandy is taking care of herself, and just I hope that wasn't like a temper tantrum. I really, really hope it was truly health stuff.
All
It can't
right.
be.
Let's move on. Tell me what's next.
Oh, yes. I did want to talk about another girly that just launched her. I think this is, I don't know if it's her first like solo artist tour, but Doechii is on tour and there's been so many clips coming from it. And I am like gagged, shook, like sad that I'm not going to the DC stop. Yeah, like I think we have a new Supreme. Like
I told you this after I just saw
know.
Doechii.
Oh, right. And I'm just like, yeah, like this girl. First of all, I love the references to Beyonce. Like we can all see when she's, she was doing like the end of time dance. And yeah, like I just love when people, you can see they did their homework and like are giving us that performer that we are looking for when we go to a concert. And so, and just like going above and beyond, like with the visuals and stuff, like it looks like a stadium tour and it's not, like it looks like the stage, that's what it's giving. So yeah, I'm just very impressed.
I mean, no, I said this last time. I think Doechii to me is like, will be like the closest thing to Nicki Minaj or eclipse Nicki Minaj. Like she has the total package. It's not just like she's rapping. She is a lyricist. She has good like lyrics, but then also she has the animation. Like she's like, screaming. She's like theatrical. She's dancing. I also think one thing that also I think sets Doechii apart is her aesthetic. Like I feel like the baddie aesthetic is so played out. Like, okay, having like butt ass shots, having boob job, looking like a, uh, you know, I forget, an hourglass or whatever they call it. Like eyelashes, wig, like that is a played out look. Nicki Minaj started it. No, I would say Lil Kim started it. Foxy Brown, Nicki Minaj took it over, and now Cardi B, and just everyone wants to do that. But Doechii having the braids to me is like a very big signifier for her. And then also her just being kind of fit. Like she also has a butt, but she's not an hourglass. She's dark skinned. Sometimes she wears like, like leotards and shit, but sometimes she's wearing like preppy shit. Like I feel like her aesthetic really sets her apart in a way that's a trend setting. It's like trend setting. And I think all of this is a package we've been like, it's a breath of fresh air because we're all used to the City Girls look, the Cardi B look, the Nicki, like we're all used to that. So this was kind of a breath of fresh air. And then the product is like Lauryn Hill-X. Like, like it is like, it's deep, it's thought provoking.
And I love the glamour that she is. Like I feel like she's doing both of like all of that stuff. Like I'm more so like when I'm watching her, I'm not even thinking like rapper 1st. Like I'm thinking just like performer, entertainer. Like I don't know what she's about to do. And I think that's what she's wants to kind of make her stamp, and I'm just very excited. Oh my god, and it looks like they dropped Doja and Doechii are about to drop a collab.
Now that's gonna break the internet.
Yes, like I literally am seeing a picture right now. I'll send it to you. But
and I also just like, I think her what's the like stage setup is so interesting and beautiful with the swamp. I don't know. I mean, I have a Doechii, like I have an alligator tears. I always say that, crocodile tears. I have a crocodile tears sweatshirt. Like I love Doechii. And yeah,
and I just
mean,
love
I'm
that
happy for
she's
her.
getting to do all the things. And I am really sad that I'm not going to this tour. Like once I know people are about to be like the one, I just like want to see them as many times as I can. And I remember I was showing Danielle, it was like 7 years ago. I went to the this Doja Cat concert in Atlanta, and it's just like wow, like from here to where she is, or from then to like where she is now, it's just wow. But Anyways, I just wanted to talk about the girlies. They are on tour.
A lot of people are touring
so we
now.
wish them well.
We do wish them well. I wanted to talk about
yes, who else is on trial, Alexis?
So my For You page for the past couple of days has been overtaken by this so the first video I saw was this like black woman on a cruise with her black husband, and she's like a song, we'll say the song is like Cater to You is playing in the background, and she's like trying to like turn to him and like sing to him and like sing to the camera, just be kind of cute with him. Mm-hmm. And he's sitting there like a loaf, okay, sitting there like a bird, just like, and like not singing. And the caption says, "This is when I first realized he like didn't want me." And so I was like, let me look into this. So I'm like scrolling some more, and then all of a sudden I see a video of them at their wedding, and like the caption was like, "This was us just 6 months ago, so in love. I can't imagine that we were getting
6 months.
That I couldn't imagine that we were gonna break up." And he's like doing a dance, like they had choreographed a dance together. Like this man was playing the fucking part. And then I keep scrolling, and the next thing is her in her wedding dress, present day, crashing out. Like, I mean, like she's drinking wine and she's like crying, and she's in her wedding dress, and she's like, he left me, like I found out he cheated on me. And and she's like, I mean, when I say she's like on live, people like, who wants to take a shot, like just crashing out. She's taking tequila shots, chasing it with white wine, finishing the whole bottle, like slurring her words by the end of this live, like just completely out of control. And it kind of started like, so all the comments, like there's been a lot of response to it, because in all the whole comment section was just like all the black women just like rallying around this black girl, like black women just being like, like heartbreak is hard, like like we have all been there with some person who didn't deserve your love, or just like took advantage of you, or faked the part, yada yada yada. And it was all of this rallying around, and it's kind of sparked like a whole, I feel like I've seen videos about people being like, I'm so proud of us, yada yada yada. But I don't know. But my first question is this showing up on your For You page?
Slightly. Like I did see something about somebody in their wedding dress like crashing out, and I did see that video of like, it was like the moment that I knew he wasn't into me or something. I did see that, and I didn't really look any further. But I did when I saw it, I was just like, yep. Like,
have you ever crashed out like that?
That'll do it. Not like that per se. Like I haven't been on live.
No, but like just had drinking. A breakdown.
Of course, like I've been devastated by breakups, but I feel like love and relationships are the one area that could really like drive you crazy, like drive you to like really, just be on some wild shit. And like people take for granted like people's feelings. I feel like sometimes like cheating and whatever, like you play with the wrong person, they will liable to do some crazy things, like love crimes, and crimes of passion is a real thing. Like they have tons of shows about people that get caught up and go crazy a little bit.
It's crazy because like, so then I started just looking back at her relationship, because I'm just like, I don't know if I've definitely broken down, but I don't think I've never been to that level. And I was just like, let me just go back and look at this relationship. Okay, so they got married 6 months ago. There was a video that, like, after scrolling a little bit, that came up of her packing for the cruise, like her preparing for the cruise. And she was like, I'm one of those type of women. My man don't even have to pack a bag for a vacation. He just has to show up. I got it, baby, because I don't want you to forget anything. And she's like, he don't got to worry about nothing. He just got to show up. No, I'll pack his bag.
He's not gonna pack.
And then there was another video where she was talking about like, before I just am so in love, like before I met my husband, like I had been like single for 2 years, And, you know, I was just like me and the kids. I wasn't worried about me. He pursued me. And so, like, he treated me so well. So I stayed with him. And then she talked about how she got 2 surgeries, like weight loss surgeries, because she was like, wanted to look good for him because she was like, I guess, bigger when they met. And then it just made me think, like, yes, I think this is the result of, like, you're doing all this extra stuff because you clearly felt like you had to keep you had to work to keep him. Does that make sense? Like, it's like, well, like, I'm gonna make sure I look good, so there's no excuse for him to cheat. I'm gonna pack his bag so he can't say I'm like annoying and blah, blah, blah. Like, there's no excuse for him not to show up. And
there's
I feel like
nothing you can do, ladies, that will keep a man that wants to cheat from cheating.
Yes.
Period.
Or just keep them, you know? Like,
there's nothing. I mean, somebody made a good point. It's like Kim Kardashian was on the Call Her Daddy podcast and was like talking about how, oh my God, it's talking about how Kanye hasn't seen the kids in months.
I saw that.
And it's just like, yeah, you could be beautiful, rich, you know, gotten married,
have a status, have a social status,
not be able to, you know, whatever.
Keep the man there, keep him, influence him to be a good father.
Have a deadbeat, yes.
Right. Have you ever been in that situation where you like were just doing a bunch of stuff in order to like?
No. I mean, maybe subconsciously, like I've performed a little bit. I just feel like that is something that women do, just like, oh, like, let me just show him that I can, I don't know, do whatever. But I've never been like that, because that just, I am not, there are definitely women that I have seen just like on TV or like Real Housewives or something, just like they are kind of leading the ship in this delusion of like, you know, like, I just want him, so I'm gonna ignore him as a person, everything that he's saying and like vibes that he's giving, and I'm just going to act like it's not happening for the sake of having a man, like for the sake of having somebody there. And yeah, even the girl, I'm sorry, like on Real Housewives, like Kierna, I've been watching the Potomac a little bit. The guy that she's with is just so not it. Like, he just doesn't seem excited to be around her. And it's like, this girl is so beautiful. And her mom even said, like, this man is not good for you. And it's just like, and her mom is gorgeous. I'm like, listen to your mom. She looks healthy and happy. And yeah,
it's just sad when you let someone like take that kind of power from you. And I think it does come from obviously like your own insecurities, but also just these selfish ass people that get in these relationships with people they actually don't want, and so they end up fucking up their self-esteem. Like, it's like, I'm sure like during the 2 years he was pursuing, you know, he was with her, and when he was pursuing 100%. Her, he was doing all this shit. But then the minute, you know, I don't know if he met somebody else, you know, right after the marriage, whatever, it's like now you want to start like
whatever
with
place
their mind
he was in when he was pursuing you is, that's why it's so important to just be good in yourself, because I swear people are out here just, you know, coming off of hurt, trying to be just with somebody, like pursuing people for reasons that are not all the way genuine, of just like, I have a clean slate and I'm out here just wanting to date. There's people that are just, you know, still in love with other people and doing what the fuck ever. And so it's just like, and it's just like, you can't ignore those things.
And it's like, you're up there at the wedding. You're up there at the wedding, dancing, doing a dance with your wife,
which is crazy. It's just like that is enough to make you crazy and be like, what the fuck? Like, you know. And so you definitely got to be careful. You cannot play with people's lives like that. And
no, sir.
Yeah.
And so now she's like, you know, she's like, I'm gonna heal, blah blah blah. But I'm just like, I hope to never be in that place. I mean, I've definitely like cried and like, I mean, I've never been like public, but like I've definitely like cried, like put shit in a box and said, take it back over there. But I have, I mean, I would hope like, it was just disturbing because I was like, wow, like, she's really broken by this person. And I don't want to be in any relationship where if I were to lose it, I kind of essentially lost myself. And I don't think a lot of people are in that. But also the betrayal hurts.
I think that is what can cut almost anybody off.
That's a good point. You know, that's a good point.
If somebody, there are people that can really be double life people. And I do think the healthier you get, the more you're not willing to like put your brain to sleep about like certain behaviors, or just you're more aware as you heal. Like, I feel like now when other people are telling me about their situation, I'm just like, well, he's like, they're probably in this place and saying this because of that. Like, I hope that I can pick up on that stuff, like, when I do start to date again.
I think that's a good point, Samantha. Betrayal, I think, is a different level of hurt. Like, breaking up hurts, obviously. But I feel like the betrayal that sometimes comes with it is like, I mean, Dominique talks about it, how it's like, it alters your brain chemistry. Like, being betrayed by a person you were dating and you, like, you know, were serious with or really liked them, whatever. And I was like, that's fucking real. Have you ever experienced that?
I've definitely experienced betrayals, yes.
Where you felt like you're not the same person after?
Yeah, I think my first like big breakup that I had was being like, somebody was living a double life, you know, like I was being lied to on a daily basis, you know, and so that definitely has affected, I think, made me scared to be cheated on, maybe, you know, like, I think it definitely alters your brain chemistry because you're left with thinking about like what you miss, like, and then, you know, then you do realize some things you could have missed, and it's just like, oh my God, like, why would I like not pursue this evidence further, you know? But it's just like, you know, you're young, but I think a lot of that stuff, like, you learn from, like, I now know what certain things look like. Like, I would never knock on wood, overlook some of the things that I've already experienced. And like, I didn't know what it was until I knew, you know, like sometimes I just feel like people have to learn like that. Like, some people just have the sixth sense of like, you know, like, oh no, like they're up to something. But
I feel like, I
have been deceived. What about you? Have you felt like you've like been betrayed?
I have. I feel like for a long time, I don't know, I feel like for a long time I would have answered that question differently because I was very, very like technical with it, I guess, with what it looks like. But I do think so. I think betrayal doesn't have to look like they're like physically doing something. Also, just the mental, the emotional, and even that type of betrayal really like caught me off guard. It made me
question.
Yeah, just question. And more so, it wasn't like it question. It more so wasn't like it altered how I behaved in relationships moving forward. But it made me question a lot about myself that I feel like I didn't have questions. Like, I feel like I remember one time, this is like a random example. This is a random memory, but it's like it's an example to what I'm trying to say. I remember one time in middle school, you probably don't even remember this, but I feel like I remember it was like Darian. I feel like you were around, probably other people that we hung out with were around. But I remember, and it was a sleepover. I remember it was a sleepover, and it was like, name one thing you would change about yourself. You know how we used to do some like ask weird questions,
go around in a circle and
tell me what you don't like about her.
Tell me what you
And so it was like, what is one thing you want to change about yourself? And I literally remember saying like nothing. Like I remember saying nothing. And I remember everybody was like, really? Like, and I was like, nothing. Like I like the way I look, I like the way I talk, I like my personality, like I like it all.
That is so funny.
And I feel like that's how I've lived through life. Like obviously I know there's people prettier than me, I know there's people funnier than me, smarter than me, but I've always just been content and happy with who I am and felt that I was the full fucking package. I feel like after being betrayed, that was the first time I ever doubted, like, am I the full fucking package? Like, wait, like, have I just been like, you know, really delusional for the last couple years? And so I feel like that, but I feel like, it does cut. That shit hurts. Like, it hurts. It hurts.
Yes, because a lot of times it's not personal, but you take it very personal. You know, it's just like, it's not. Like, when you think about these old, like, I just think about that man who, wherever she met him, however long before they got married. Because did we know how long they dated before that?
I just know she was single for 2 years, and then they got together. 6 months later, she found out he cheated on her.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how long they've been dating, but wherever you met this man, it's just like, who knows what he was, just got out of a relationship, like, you know, it's just like, you never know what motivates people's actions.
But I feel like that was the beautiful thing about like the outpouring. You're right. Like, so like, I mean, not change like change the subject too quickly, but you're right. Like, I feel like you're right. Most of the time, it's not personal. There's always context to someone's, someone's behavior. You just
it's hard to think about that.
It's hard, yeah, because you're like, I mean, yeah, because you're like, oh, okay, I'll try to be as sexy, pretty, kind, fun, spontaneous, thoughtful as I can be, and it's still not enough. But then it's just like, it's not fucking you. It's just not fucking you.
Yes.
But and it's truly their loss. Like, I was literally thinking, like, that's what the people were saying in the comments to her. Like, and I feel like that was the beautiful thing about it, where it was just kind of like, all of us have been there. Like, and so it was just like, I was shocked because I was waiting for people to be like, bitch, you look like a bird, get off of this, you know? And like, and all of the comments were so sweet because it was just like, we've all been there. And maybe it's not the crash out to that level, but we've all felt a hurt where we were like,
I can't imagine getting married 6 months ago and then you show your fucking ass. Like, I might be on live doing that. Like, I might be like, well, I don't know what he was doing. Like, you know,
and just like your life. Like, I mean, I'm sure they were living together. Like, now she has to figure out a living situation. I'm sure their finances were together. I'm sure, like, I mean,
it's to the point, like, that stuff, breakups are so hard because it's like, even the people around you are asking you about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she probably goes to work and people are like, oh, so what happened with what's his name this weekend? Like, what did y'all do this weekend? Or like, how is he? Like, it's just like, you get these reminders everywhere. And to get married, it's even just more. We were talking about forever, and here we are 6 months later, and you were not in that place at all. You were very much still in love.
I saw another video where she was like, y'all, like, we're like, I'm gonna plan like another wedding for our 1 year, like, you know, like, I'm like, so send direct. It's like she was in a whole different mindset than this.
And that's what makes me nervous about, just like, okay, were there signs?
There's always signs. You just ignore your gut. I feel like, I mean, were there signs for you when he was living a double life? Like, did you, like, in hindsight, were you like, oh, like, that didn't add up, but I just accepted it?
For sure. And like I said, with age and time, I, like, you know, I was just very young when that, like, I was like my early 20s. Now, I'm like thinking about more recent betrayals, and like, were there signs? Yeah, like, I think, but I also am like, that is maturity and having that experience of like, what is an avoidant person like, you know? It's just like, I just thought this was a normal, you know, like, oh, whatever. It's like, no, like, when people start to need space and are acting weird, it's like, that is something to watch out for.
I definitely ignore things like, too.
Yeah, I think it's just life, like, learning. Do you think that you would have known that stuff, like, prior to living, like, you overlooked it knowing that, like, it was?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like one thing I try to always do is live with, like, as you say, your 2 feet are on the ground. Like, I feel like I did, like, I've always had a level-headedness to me, as even if I was like, rose-colored glasses.
Right.
And so I feel like there were things where I'm like, like, I would just, that's like the like, emotion I had with it. It wasn't like, well, okay. It was like, okay, that's gonna be in my mind as a mental note. I'm not gonna, I feel like one thing I regret is not doing what this lady's doing, which is fucking crashing out. Like, I feel like I always like wasn't always like, I'm gonna take the high road, because of the like dynamics that were present, like, and I didn't want to come off as like a certain type of person, and I was just really obsessed with looking like the better person in it. And so I feel like that's the one thing I always regret, is like, I wish I crashed out more. Like, I wish like when like the breakup happened, I went the fuck off. Like, I cussed, I screamed, I said, get your fucking shit. I like, tweeted, made a mass group chats to all our friends saying, this bitch just did all this shit. Can you imagine? I wish I did that, because I feel like some people, like, sometimes like you like, and I feel like this is what the comments were saying to that girl, like, you just have to, like, this is how you like get through this shit. Like, it's like you just have to like let them fucking have it, show your ass.
Like, I also agree with that. I feel like I've had experiences too where it's just like I didn't crash out because I guess I cared what they thought, or I didn't want to look too pressed or whatever. But no, I definitely deserved, and they deserved, to hear my crash out. You know what I'm saying? And
that's the biggest part. You deserved, but they deserve to have to sit in it from me. Okay, just sit in that shit. Yes,
just one good time, just so we're clear. Right? It's like, just so we're clear,
just so we know where we stand.
Like, just so there's no confusion on like, oh, they might be like whatever. Like, no, this is what I think about what you did. So yeah, I agree. I definitely think, you know yourself, ladies. Like, don't, like, if you can't handle it, because I know I'm not about to do anything crazy.
No, I'm not gonna be drinking a wine bottle on live,
or
but
like,
I could have done
their shit, or like, getting like,
But I could have embarrassed them more. Like, I would have loved. There's this. I won't get too in detail, but there was this one like explosive amount of evidence I had the next day after the breakup. It was a screenshot of something.
I think
I wish I sent that screenshot to every single person in Milwaukee that fucked with us, and just been like, just so y'all know, this is what happened last night, and just left it at that. But instead, I was just so obsessed with being the bigger person and looking better than the other person and the other girl and da-da-da-da. And but I think, like, look, if me and Julia break up, she's gonna stern cussing. Okay.
You're hilarious. No, I definitely think it, because that shit will, like, I've heard people say, like, holding things in, like, anger like that, like, can get you sick. It's like, it leaves it with you sometimes. And like, yeah, I definitely agree. I could have embarrassed them a little bit more, for sure.
Yeah, you live and you learn. But I feel like,
in the neighborhood,
right? Just like show, like just being yourself.
Real.
Yes, just being real. I feel like that's the biggest thing.
Exactly why.
And I feel like that's why people were just rallying around this girl, because it was just like this. We've all been here, and she's actually doing what like most of us would want it to do.
Like, and it's also just like, don't, just pick yourself up and make this about, like, obviously examine yourself and like, things like that, so that you're a little bit more got your wits about you, because I think that's what it is. I'm still learning, and that's why dating is so scary. It's just like, what don't I know to look for?
You just hope that people come honestly, and that's like the one thing that I can, like, I'm really proud of myself for like giving at least other people the courtesy of this. I always come in good faith, like, and like completely honest. I'm not coming in a way that's shady, or like I'm still kind of not over. It's like I'm coming clean. I'm coming clean, you know. And I feel like that's the least you can do. That's the
I know,
least you
but
can
people
do.
don't do that, Alexis. Like, I definitely feel I'm the same. I give myself too long between people, honestly. But that is, I feel like, rare. I think it's rare, especially.
So you're saying a whole lot of people
men.
are in like relationships and in marriages where you think that they like kind of they didn't come in clean, but it's just like, you know, I'm partnered, I'm happy.
I'm more so thinking about dating. I wasn't really thinking about marriage, but just like, and it sounds like this marriage happened super quickly, but
We don't know.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying that's more so what I was thinking. Just like going into it when you're dating, I feel like a lot of people are not. I think, especially, I don't know. I just feel like men, I'm learning, they are much more dependent. They don't like to be single. They don't
Yeah,
like to be
that's
single.
real. That's real.
It's more money. It's more, just risk, I guess. It's more like,
It's
but
just easier to have a girl. A girl can do
yeah,
more stuff
it's
for
cheaper.
you. It's
Yes. And
cheaper, yeah.
it just gives you, constant whatever feedback. And so a lot of men, I don't think that like, I feel like they do have rosters, people, like they're never just
That's
come
so sad. That's
alone,
so sad.
like them being completely like, no, I'm not talking to anybody right now, or have a loose end with somebody is rare. I mean,
Remember,
I hope that I find that rare person, but yeah.
no, that's real though, because I was laughing at this because I was, you know, I like the stud buds. They're like two studs that are in the WNBA, and one of them like was streaming, and they were like
That too.
calling this girl that like they broke up with, like I say, like a couple months ago, and like their family was around, like call her. She's like, okay, and then like was like like, you know, shush everybody around while it was ringing, and then the girl picks up and is like, hello, because obviously, you know, they haven't talked in months, and she's like, I miss you, and the girl's like, she was like, I was thinking about you. And I'm like, I'm
Oh
so
my
glad
God.
I've never been with that type of person. It's like they're playing games just for the entertainment, you know, like being like, I was just thinking about you. It's like, and the girl's like, really? And she's
And
like,
I
yeah.
honestly need to not even, it's really not just about men either. That makes me think about lesbians in love. I'm just like, some of them is taking a long time to get over them. Like, I think it's just relationships. Like, I think you don't really know where people are in dating. And some people are not comfortable being alone or having seasons by themselves, and so it's just like, yeah.
It's getting the winter. It's cuffing season.
I
That's
know
what.
that girl was like, Anasia was like, I want to hump. Like, where's my winter girlfriend? Oh yes,
Gosh.
that reminded me of somebody. They were like, if they are like share custody of like a dog, like with their ex, like how some people be doing that. Would you ever allow that?
If we got a dog together, yes. But right now, I'm taking Mello. You can take Tongs. Like,
So like, if you got a dog together, you would co-parent with that person like for the rest of
if
the
we
year.
had the dog and for a couple years together, now say we got a puppy, it's only been a couple months, no, I'm taking whatever. But if it's like been more than a year, it's like, that's, yeah, it's like I want to see the dog, and like, and
That's so funny.
you know, this is my dog too, so like, yeah, it would be like, we're about to
That's so
share
funny.
this
Somebody
fucking
was like,
dog.
"Fuck no, I'm not doing like, I'm not being with somebody that is
Mm-mm.
co-parenting a dog." I haven't
That's
really
hilarious.
thought about that for myself, but it's just as funny.
Well, this has been a lovely conversation tonight.
Yeah, we got
It's been a
into
little
some things.
got into some things.
Yes, I'm about to, I guess, go eat some dinner. What about you?
I already ate. You already know I already ate. But I
Alexis
actually
eats
had to
at
get
5
me
p.m.
I do. But Julia got me a little sweet treat, so I'll eat
Oh, what'd you
that.
get?
You didn't hear me on the phone? I said peanut M&Ms.
Okay, you love your peanut M&Ms.
Girl, that's my crack.
I
That's
do
my
like them.
vice. So
when I had some on our road trip, I got another pack.
Girl, she was like, "Can I have some?" I'm like,
no, you were like, "You can have some."
I was like, "You can have them." But yeah,
anyways,
so
yes, we will see you guys next week. Make sure to email us your discussion topics at whoamitojudgepod@gmail.com. Give us a like and review, y'all. We are back on Instagram, back on the socials. We're posting on TikTok, so go see us over there. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
bye.
Bye.